Hi. If you're watching this video because I emailed it to you in a response to your inquiry, it's because you are a PR representative who's asked if I'm interested in some sort of sponsorship or brand deal or some other form of advertisement. As you will see from this video, you may have been barking up the wrong tree. If you do my job long enough, you get to see a lot of PR people who are downright shit at their jobs. There was that time Sony used a very real, very literal butchered goat corpse to promote God of War. And how about that time Electronic Arts gave away free fuel from a single gas station and caused a traffic gridlock in London? For me, I get to see PR people be shit at their jobs almost every other week, because they're the kind of people who think to themselves, I'll ask if Jim Sterling would like to do a paid promotion for Magic the Gathering. Today's column is the letting of a personal infuriation of mine that I've let fester and rot under my pallid, worm-eaten skin for far too long. I'm sick to death of the sheer volume of bloody sponsorship proposals from marketing companies that are either fucking ignorant or fucking inconsiderate, and who shovel their spam into my inbox like a drunken groom attempting to mash his flimsy, vodka-softened penis into the disappointed orifice of his bored, unsatisfied bride. Let me make this clear and plain as fucking day. I will not be sponsored by your shitty game.
Just wanted to reach out regarding a new campaign opportunity that we think you'd be a great fit for,
reads one typical email.
This campaign is dealing with Magic the Gathering, in which they're looking for talent to create cool, custom content to promote Magic the Gathering Arena. The client is very respectable to the influencers in their channels and audience, and definitely wants any content that's created to be organic/authentic to their channel. If you're interested, please let us know you are rate for a fully dedicated video and we can move forward from there. Once again, we really think your content would be a great fit for this.
A great fit. And here's what I mean about ignorant and incompetent as a public relations company. A company that, wishes to establish relations with a public figure. A figure they should have ideally known about before trying to establish relations with them. Because a great fit, for me, Magic the Gathering sponsored content is a great fit for Jim Sterling, the Jimquisition host who is famously committed to never running sponsored content on his channel and has never published a video about Magic the fucking Gathering in his magic fucking life. I don't know why, I think I'm addicted to the disgust, but I bother to read these emails when they come to me, and let me tell you, I am sick of the phrase, a great/good fit. And not just because I never get to hear that phrase when trying on clothes. It's just one of those bits of corporate speak that I see over and over again from weird little marketing firms I've never heard of as they try to get me to pretend to like games I've mostly never fucking heard of either.
I'm one of the account managers at More Yellow. You may have heard of us from some of the campaigns we've worked on with Nvidia and Asus. Based on the brands we work with, we've gotten deals upwards of $10,000 plus for channels similar to your size and content type. There's definitely a ton of opportunity that we can work with you on, and if possible, it would be great to jump on a call and walk you through everything we do.
These voices are changing halfway through.
Hi, I'm with Unknown Agency, and we are dedicated to helping creators find brand integrations that fit their audience for a fair rate. We are confident from years of experience and past ad data to calculate ad rate, audience acceptance, and campaign strategy to ease your workload. We also work with many companies like Honey, SeatGeek, Drop, Raid, Wargaming, etc., and I want you to be involved. Currently, we are working with Black Desert Online, and they want to run 60-second integrations for a flat rate-based payment. Are you interested?
I'm a freelancer who works for Media Top.
An online media agency. Would you be interested in writing and posting an article for a fixed fee? The article should be relevant to the category and to the readers of your site. If you are interested, please let me know and I'll provide you with more details. Also, if you own other sites, please send me their URLs so I can review them. Depending on your local law,
You may need to make it clear that the links you use are in fact adverts.
mate, you may need to disclose your sponsorship as if it's an inconvenience to be navigated. These emails are constant and I largely ignore them, except when I do read them to piss myself off as part of my hobby. Once or twice I've pretended to be interested to find out more information. For example, I once replied to one of the many emails Media Top sent me to get some details and found out that I could earn a whole $100 by embedding links in my published content to help a casino get so-called SEO juice. A term unfortunately familiar to long-term Jimquisition viewers, and not once was the topic of disclosure broached when I spoke to this company. In fact, it seems that for some marketers, disclosure is best left optional if possible. This would appear to be the same deal the notoriously corrupt Brash Games took. If not the same company or client, certainly the exact same process, casino industry, and lack of requisite disclosure. Oh yeah, I didn't actually put that in the script, did I? Yeah, this was a casino exactly like the links buried in the old Brash Games articles. Now the emails I get are thirsty as fuck too, desperate for any promotion they can get. If you do ignore them, they don't stop. They always want to circle back to see if I'm interested because I might be a good fit. From December 4th to January 21st, a firm called Thought Leaders sent me 6 emails trying to get me to promote NordVPN. Not once in those emails did they actually, get my name right. Even worse than that, they kept asking me to provide them with data about my brand, which is their fucking job. Hey James Nicholas, I'm guessing you may have missed my previous email because I never heard back from you. We work with a great number of advertisers and we're interested in Jim Sterling to create sponsorship partnerships. You see, they know what my name is right there. Why are they using my birth name and not even getting the surname right? I've gone all high-pitched like the joke voice from earlier. That's how annoyed I am. Let us know what advertisers you are interested in working with, your demographic stats, age, geo and gender breakdown, and also your rates.
I work with capbeast.com. We make...
Oh shit, this is the one that's got a lot of emails. We make custom stitched snapbacks and hats. I'm not doing the Beast voice for this. A few of us at the office are fans of your channel. I would love to set you up with some free custom gear for your upcoming videos. We can even look at video sponsorship. Give us a shout if you're interested. Next email, same person. Hi Jim, I wanted to circle back to my previous email. I work with capbeast.com and we make custom snapbacks and hats. I am interested in sponsoring your YT videos. I would also love to set you up with free custom gear. Give me a shout if you are interested. And then the next email, same person. Hi Jim, I wanted to circle back to my previous email. I am interested in sponsoring your YT videos. I would also love to set you up with free custom gear. Give me a shout if you're interested. I didn't reread the same email there. Oh, here's another one. Hi Jim, I was wondering if you saw my previous email. We would love to work with you and sponsor some of your YT videos. Give me a shout if you are interested. Hey Jim, I wanted to connect with you since my last email. We would love to work with you and sponsor some of your YT videos. Give me a shout if you are interested. Got a bit carried away there at the end. And yeah, as you can see, some of these reps resort to just copying and pasting emails, like a stalker would do. And And if I hear just circling back one more fucking time from these people. And I know what some of you are thinking, why don't I actually reply to these people instead of letting them dangle in the wind? Well, because fuck them, that's why. Why don't you reply to all the emails in your fucking spam folder? Because on the Jimquisition website where my work email is found, it states quite bloody clearly in bold bloody letters that the Jimquisition is an ad-free property and that I do not accept sponsorship proposals. To ignore that is blatant fucking disrespect. And I am not interested in seriously talking to anybody who shows such a lack of courtesy. More than that, I am not dignifying the work of someone who can't do their fucking job, who would reach out to someone they literally didn't bother to look into before insulting them with the exact kind of offer that person is specifically and rather famously against. Then again, I suppose that argument's academic, because going forward I will be replying to those emails with this video. The beast chain of emails betrays the insincere ignorance of it all. A few of us at the office are fans of your channel, it says. Yeah? Explain then. Explain to me. Explain how anybody could be a fan of my channel, which repeatedly refutes sponsored content in videos on my website and on my Patreon, and think this influencer would be a great fit for our content. Let's circle back to that. Fuck off. Fuck off and shut up and fuck off and die. There are only two reasons for a marketing firm to think they can offer me a sponsorship. Either they don't actually know me, in which case they're ignorant and have no business being in the business of offering me business. Or they know damn well who I am and what I stand for and they just don't care. Well, there's a third option. They might just not be very bright.
What up, little pickles? It's me, your boy Cucumber Succulents, #1 top media influencer. You can tell I'm an influencer because I use smash cuts that don't finish the sentence. Your relatable friend who knows who you are and cares about you has partnered with his other good friends, Indigo Swirl, to bring you exciting new content that's a good fit for you, my audience, the little pickles. Now in these uncertain times, Cucumber Succulents is very worried about your health probably, which is why I'm excited to tell you all about the Corona Catcher 3000. It's at the bleeding edge of face mask technology, made with 100% breathable nylon. I almost guarantee it. I'm a gamer! Never let a pandemic interrupt your lifestyle again! Refreshing! And safe! Yo, with the Corona Catcher 3000, you can safely go back to coughing in your friends' faces! Oh, don't forget to disinfect your lungs! Oh, help!
My favourite interaction with a marketing offer involved the game Tiger Knight. If you've never heard of it, that's okay. Just seriously, don't fucking worry. Tiger Knight's PR rep, who we'll just call Skunkum Crow, offered me $2,000 to review Tiger Knight and invite my audience to play the game. Naturally, I ignored it, but he was back the very next day, and can you guess how the email started? Hi, Jim. I just want to circle back on my last email about the Tiger Knight campaign. I'm assuming that since I haven't heard back, you are either busy and haven't had a chance to respond, or my last email got buried in your inbox. Let me know if you're interested or not. Now, Skunkum works for Broadband TV, known better, I guess, as BBTV, and BBTV is my favourite sponsorship spammer. BBTV has been climbing up my arse since 2015, with 9 different representatives claiming to be fans of my work. And because I'm protecting individual names, I'm calling these reps Brutus Inconspicuous, Wednesday Flavour, Smooth Rory Racetrack, The Howling, Jester's Choice, Ashford Mashford, Hank, Sweet Potato Chips, and Dr. Clunge. Each one had something stupid to offer. Either they wanted to partner with the channel, make merchandise, or convince me to produce advertorials. And some of them are really snide about my continued disinterest, with Smooth Rory Racetrack in particular going so far as to say, "I know you receive these messages all the time, and of course I also know you haven't answered any of these messages from us. Smiley face." Fucking twit. So back to Tiger Knight. Crow makes his offer and I decide that 9 times being the charm, I'd string BBTV along for once to try and find out more. I replied with, "Hi Skunkum Crow, have you any more details you can tell me? I'm new to these offers really, and have no idea what I'd be signing up for, but I'm interested." At the same time, I tweeted out that BBTV had pestered me at least 9 times, adding on the social media platform that everyone hates, "It's never not insulting. I cannot make it clearer that I accept no deals, but they never stop asking while claiming to love my work." Well, Skunkum Crow saw that tweet and replied with, "I saw your tweet about BBTV's offer and I didn't know what to think, if you were happy or doubting the offer." He then went on to legitimately continue the offer, telling me I could do a review or a gameplay video, that the aim is to get my audience to play it and to provide game update news in my content. Now while this is going on, I'm still tweeting with shit like, "Yesterday's BBTV offer was $2,000 to play Tiger Knight on my channel. It's better than Mediatop's $100, I guess." At this point, my contempt with BBTV and sponsorship deals in general couldn't be made more clear, and still, Skunkum persisted. "I saw your tweets about this offer and I didn't understand some of your doubts about this opportunity. The brand asked me if I could reach out to you and see if you were interested in playing Tiger Knight. I priced you and made you an offer that you can take it or not. And I'm real, smiley face. Should I consider you for this deal? Looking forward to working with you and keep bringing you good deals always in line with what your audience might like." You're my audience, the ones watching this who I haven't linked to in emails. Is Tiger Knight in line with what you're interested in? You leave your answers in the comments. No shame. No dignity to these emails, and to be clear, I don't despise Skunkum Crow the individual for this. The reason I've called him Skunkum Crow is because ultimately he's only the messenger. I've no interest in shitting in the trenches of the ground troops. Like he said, he's real. A real person just making a living. But the company he's working for isn't real. It's a company, and I've just decided they're not real. And none of that changes the fact that despite my entire brand being against it, despite my contact details telling advertisers not to bother, I am nonetheless, to this day, inundated with emails from advertisers. And you'd think my declining career would see less of them, but no. The deals are just worth less. I'm not interested. I'm not fucking interested. I never have been interested. I never will be interested. Be it $100 or 10k plus, my personal dignity and the shreds of self-respect I have left are simply not worth trading in for a one-time payment and a lifelong taste of sick in my mouth. I'd advise you at this time to please go away, to please stop bothering me with your shit. And when I've made it quite clear I am not going to reply, over 5 emails is borderline harassment. Stop it. Stop it the fuck up.
Why would you do that?
Because it was funny. I had to disinfect my lungs. Now, like I said, I don't necessarily blame the individual who had to hit the send key. They are just people and they are real, smiley face. But, you know, do the fucking research. Well, I mean, you don't have to now. I've sent you this video, which is nice and useful. Did you get this far? Let me know. No, don't. Don't send me emails, ever. And if you're one of the people who I quoted in this video, don't go sending me some sort of light-hearted, sarcastic response that is nonetheless designed to make me feel a little bit bad. Because I tell you what, right? If I'm gonna sell the fuck out, I would have done it when First 4 Figures asked me if I was interested in reviewing their stuff. Not as a sponsorship thing even per se. just to, you know, get their figures and their statues, which I actually genuinely like, right? I literally buy them. They're not paying me to say this. You have no idea how much fucking money I've spent on those things, right? And they asked me, would you be interested in reviewing these figures? And I said, well, it's not quite a fit for my channel. I couldn't quite justify doing it. I could have lied. I could have just done the content and shuffled it down all your throats, but I didn't, because I didn't think it would be a good fit for my brand, so I didn't do it. And if I refuse to do that, by the way, First Four Figures, if you are watching, your website won't let me change my address. Okay, so change my fucking address, get in contact with me to send, because I'm not having my fucking mimic statue go to the old address. They've got enough fucking money out of me, making me spend money on that fucking death trap. Anyway, the point is, if I'm gonna turn down free fucking Dark Souls shit, I am not gonna take $100 to promote a casino for you dicks. I got a little angry, I'm very sorry. I said that I'd keep this subdued because, you know, we've moved again and it's kind of echoey in here, but at least we got the green screen up and running. Okay, so that's something. I could really use some money right now because of all the relocations and stuff. It's a media top if you want to email me again and we'll talk about that casino thing, okay? Thank God for me.